Welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you a game between Alexei Shirov and Jan Timman. Alexei Shirov is a very sharp and aggressive player, and he deserves the title the Magician of Riga, if not for Mikhail Tai already owned that title. This game is played in BL tournament in 1995. Yep. The game started e4, Shirov was white, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. Shirov went for the bishop c4, which was then a very popular opening, and it's still now. Bishop c5, b4. Oops! It's the Evans Gambit, a very tricky weapon invented by a sailor, Captain Evans, in the 18th century. The idea is to sacrifice a pawn for quick development. Bishop b4, c3, and now there's a big split. Bishop a5 is a move. Bishop c5 is a decent alternative, but in the game Timman chose bishop e7, which isn't bad either. Here, in the spirit of the Evans, Shirov went d4, knight a5, a very important move in this variation. Now if knight e5, regaining the pawn, black has knight c4 followed by d5, and black enjoy a comfortable advantage with the bishop pair and somewhat more active pieces. So after knight a5, bishop e2 is the best move, maintaining the grip on the center. Here Timman take with the pawn and Shirov take with the queen, which is very important because now we're hitting the g7 pawn. And if knight f6, and then we push e5 with a big initiative. This was tested in one of the most famous game in the Evans Gambit, Kasparov and versus Anand, which end in a crushing victory for Kasparov. I think because that tragedy, the black players start to opt for the pawn sacrifice d6. After we take bishop f6, queen g3. Let's calm down and assess the position. White has regained material balance, and his pawn structure is somewhat more compact than black, but for now black has equalized in development, so he isn't fall behind development anymore, and white's queenside pawn structure might become weak in the long run, so the position is balanced here. Queen e7, castle. Here queen e4 falls to rook e1, and suddenly black found it hard to stop the pin on the e file. King f8 is suggested by Dutch Grandmaster Roberto Cifuentes, but I believe here, after every normal moves, let's see, for example bishop f4, I believe maybe as an engine set, black is better here, but white has tremendous compensation due to the weak king, vulnerable queen, and promising piece development. The knight can go here, the rook is targeting on the e file, and the f8 king is very weak. Anyway, it takes an extremely brave guy to take on e4, and in the game Timman declined the offer with bishop d7. Knight d4. The knight is on a very aggressive square now. Knight b d2 is okay too. After knight d4, castle, knight d2, knight c6. Shirov went for queen e3. Shirov's plan mainly is to attack down the b file, where the b7 pawn is a very weak spot, but also his central control cannot be underestimated. Meanwhile, black has no real active counterplay. But anyway, h5, trying to create something on the king side. Rook b1, knight h6, and queen d3. This move comes with a very ingenious idea, which is queen to a6. Wow! For example, if black do nothing, white will go queen a6, b takes, and oh, it's checkmate. Don't fall for this. After queen d3, Timman played b6 and a4. a5 is coming. Open the b file. King b8. Oh, this move is inaccurate and deserves to be punished. It's never good to put the king in the line of the rook. So a5. Opening the file. Knight a5 is forced and queen a6. Look at it. The holes on the light square. a7 is a weak spot too. And the king, oh, I believe it won't be long before the king die. King a8. Shirov comment that this is the decisive mistake. According to him, bishop d4 is better. C takes king a8, but now bishop b2 still give white very big compensation for the pawn. An idea might be bishop f3 followed by e5. This diagonal is can be a worry for black too. The rook is coming into the game, and I felt that it is impossible that black can survive this. In the game after king a8, Shirov played a very strong move, e5. And this move deserves an exclamation mark. It opened the diagonal for the bishop, and queen e5 is Timman's choice, which is understandable. If d takes, then bishop f3, king takes, king b8, queen takes a5. Oh, and here it's a small tactic for you. 5 seconds. Did you find it? It's so beautiful. It's queen to a7. After king takes, rook a1 decide the game. It won't be for long before white wins. So in the game, queen a5 was the obvious selection, and now bishop f3, d5. It seems that black has successfully blocked the long diagonal, so white must do something to keep the momentum of the attack. And it is knight c4. Such a brilliant move. Because of this type of moves that have made Shirov one of the best players of his decades. Here, knight takes, then queen takes, bishop c8. If not bishop c8, then what? The threat is quite simple, right? Bishop d5. So after bishop c8, trying to block the diagonal with bishop b7. Queen a4, a5, and knight c6. Bishop d7, bishop f4, and it's getting very complicated, but it's for sure that white will come out on top. In the game after knight c4, Timman played bishop c8, which now Shirov has one more brilliant move. Queen a5. You might ask, oh, what it is? But it's true, because the point is that after b takes, knight takes e5, knight takes e6, rook b8 is threatened, as well as knight e5, and black drops a piece. So after queen a5, queen d4 is forced. Here, if c takes, then b takes, and unluckily for us, here black is completely winning, being a piece up. So after queen a5, queen d4, queen a2. Now black's queen has to retreat to c3, grabbing a pawn, but other moves won't bring him a better result. Here, black has a nice trap, bishop b2, then queen f3. G takes, rook h to g8, king h1, and d takes. Bishop f6, bishop b7, followed by bishop f3, and suddenly black is winning. So Shirov played bishop e3, bishop b7, trying to block the long diagonal. Then the final beautiful combination seals the game. Bishop takes b6, knight takes b6, and knight d5. The black king lost her entire pawn shelter. b7, a7, open this diagonal so the bishop can hit b7 too, and black resign. I was so pleased when watching this game. I believe that it's the best game Shirov played in his whole career, and as a result, this game was awarded the first Brilliancy Prize in the 1995 Bill Chess Festival. Shirov was a living legend, at least to me. His uncompromising style of handling chess and its fearless, which entertained the guy who isn't playing, his followers online, and especially I have bought his Fire on Board book, which contains like a collection of his best game, and this is one of the game in his collections. I want to say thank you to Shirov for helping me with this video, because he analyzed deeply this video in his book and also annotated heavily. Thank you, Shirov, for bringing chess such a miniature. Thank you everyone for watching my YouTube channel. Bye bye.